In this video, we will look at how IFP provides a powerful and flexible solution to P&L planning problems. We will first take an example where the manager of the general field force wishes to adjust a current year estimate for each account in their cost centre. We will assume that at this point in time, actual data exists for January through to April inclusive. The demo database that we are using stores data by country, cost centre, account, and product. We can choose any one of an unlimited set of forecast scenarios with several editing options. For example, which currency and scaling do we wish to work with? Which level of detail do we wish to view when editing values? Here we have selected the account level of detail. IFP will display the selected editing template as we see here. Note how some cells are formula cells, such as the annual total and subtotal. The actual data in the January to April columns are automatically frozen. You may wish to edit individual months like this, or for multiple months in one operation. Note how all relevant formula cells are updated immediately. Often annual totals need to satisfy constraints from senior management. For example, you may wish to edit annual totals like this. Watch how all related cells are adjusted on a pro rata basis while retaining frozen cells. Similarly, quarterly totals may also be edited directly. Note how only cells belonging to quarter 3 are adjusted on a pro rata basis. You may wish to adjust selected cells using one of a range of mathematical operations. For example, increase expenses for these cells by 10%. It is common to have constraints imposed by senior management on total plan costs for the cost centre. For example, it may be necessary to reduce total cost centre costs to 10 million. In practice, such objectives may have to be met by only adjusting non-employment costs. Hence, before making any further amendments to plan costs, you should freeze employment-related costs in the grid. Now we can safely enter the required grand total for the cost centre. Note how all related cells are adjusted on a pro rata basis for each account and month, while retaining the values in the frozen cells. If we are now happy with the amended data, we may update the selected scenario by clicking on the Save button. When saving data, IFP automatically adjusts existing data at the base level of detail, in this case by product within each account, on a pro rata basis so that the mix by product within each account is retained. The power and flexibility of IFP really starts to show itself when you directly edit P&L summaries or other standard schedules. You may select all or any part of a complete P&L using a range of flexible selection criteria. The example that we will use is a full P&L in thousands of pounds. We can edit any unfrozen cell in this grid. For example, we may wish to edit this annual total for field force expense like this. Again, note the automatic pro rata changes made to related cells. We can even edit subtotals like direct product expense. Note how amounts for each P&L line for each month are adjusted on a pro rata basis. When saving data, IFP automatically adjusts existing data for each cost centre and account, so that the mix by cost centre and account within each P&L line is retained. Many other powerful features may be found here. For example, automatic squeeze of remainder of year forecast values versus original plan for one or more selected P&L lines. Automatic recalculation of forecast values for one or more selected P&L lines using models relating expense amounts to external variables such as headcount and salary per head. Automatic recalculation of forecast values using models relating expense amounts for one account to one or more other accounts. For example, social security charges and holiday pay to basic salary. Models for rephasing of expenses according to seasonality of corresponding sales. And models for allocating expenses between departments and across products. A particularly useful feature is the option to work with views of annual totals while manipulating monthly forecast data. Here you may edit any free cell directly, including both variance and percentage variance cells. You will then obtain automatic pro rata recalculation of all monthly details related to that cell. There are many additional features of IFP that can only be shown properly in a full demo. Contact us via our website if you want to see more.